The meeting of the foreign ministers of Armenia and Azerbaijan, Nalbandian and Elmar Mammadyarov, is over in Krakow, MFA Press Secretary Dikran Balayan tweeted. The meeting was initiated by the OSCE Minsk Group Co-Chairs. Earlier, Foreign Minister Nalbandian met with the OSCE Minsk Group Co-Chairs Igor Popov, Stefan Visconti, Andrew Schofer, and personal representative of the OSCE Chairman in Office, Andrzej Kasperczyk, in Krakow and made statement on the prospects for the Karabakh conflict settlement. Press service of the Police of Armenia informed news.am that the Nalbandian Town Hospital had informed the police on Wednesday at around 4 p.m. that a person with a gunshot wound to his thigh was brought to this hospital in the Tavush Province. Arjun Hovhannisyan, spokesperson for the Minister of Defense, told news.am that the injured is contracted military serviceman Adibek Migoyan, 30 years old. Hovhannisyan added that the soldier was transferred to the Ministry of Defense Central Clinical Military Hospital in capital city Yerevan and that he is in stable condition. News.am has learned from the press service of the Ministry of Emergency Situations that a road accident occurred Thursday on the Sisyan-Shaki motorway in the Sunik province. Accordingly, a military truck and a car crashed at around 9:20 a.m. AH and MH, who were in the car, died. They were father and son. The other passenger, EH, suffered injuries and was taken to Sisyan Town Hospital. The soldiers in the Ministry of Defense truck, which was transporting servicemen, were not injured. A criminal case has been filed into this road accident. The President of Armenia, Serzh Sargsyan, will address the winter session of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, PACE, which takes place in Strasbourg, France from January 22nd to the 26th on January 24th, informed the PACE official website. The respective statement informs that, aside from Sargsyan, the President of Austria, as well as the Prime Minister and the Crown Princess of Denmark also are among the VIPs to address the event. The Assembly is also due to elect its President and new Commissioner for Human Rights, the statement also reads. The Assembly will decide its final agenda on the opening day of the session. The Armenian government made important steps to improve access to palliative care for people with life-threatening illnesses in 2017, and Parliament passed a law on violence in the family, but serious gaps in human rights protection persist, Human Rights Watch said today in its World Report 2018. The authorities failed to bring to justice officials responsible for excessive use of force against protesters and journalists in Yerevan during July 2016 protests. Domestic violence is a serious problem, with thousands of women reporting incidents annually. Local groups reported at least 4 women killed by their partners or family members in 2017. In the 643-page World Report, its 28th edition, Human Rights Watch reviews human rights practices in more than 90 countries. Human Rights Watch identified other serious human rights concerns in Armenia, including violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. In a positive step, the government overhauled the onerous system for prescribing and accessing opioid pain medications for patients with life-threatening illnesses. Armenia's ruling party dominated parliamentary and municipal elections in 2017. International observers concluded that the April parliamentary elections were well administered, but the polls were tainted by credible information about vote buying and pressure on civil servants and employees of private companies, and failed to improve public confidence in the country's electoral systems. The government has failed to ensure full accountability for police violence against largely peaceful protesters and journalists during protests in Yerevan in July 2016. Some police officers faced disciplinary action, but no criminal charges were pursued against any officials despite the gravity of some of the force used. At the same time, authorities prosecuted protest participants and leaders, convicting at least 22 people on charges of using violence during mass disorder and interfering with the work of a journalist. The authorities also did not effectively investigate the alleged police beating of 4 men in the court building in Yerevan in June. They were among 32 men facing trial for alleged crimes committing during the July 2016 armed takeover of a Yerevan police station. The men said police beat them in basement holding cells. Some officers, alleged to have participated in the beatings, remained on duty in the courtroom during the trial. At least 52 people were killed as a bus caught fire near a city in Aktobe, Kazakhstan, Regional Emergency Situations Department reported. According to preliminary reports, those killed are citizens of Uzbekistan. The preliminary data suggests that 5 people managed to get out of the burning bus, Kaz Informed reported. Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger confirmed midfielder Henrik Mkhitaryan's move to Arsenal is close, Express.co.uk reported. Mkhitaryan's move is expected to be a part of the swap deal that will take Alexis Sanchez to Manchester United. "I like the player," Wenger said during a media conference on Thursday when asked about Mkhitaryan. Asked whether wages be an obstacle with Mkhitaryan, he added, "No, the wages will not be a problem."